And we're back. As you can see, finals it is. ASF on the blue side being Team 1 versus Instinct Gaming. Well, Instinct Esports on the red side. Let's see what the bans and the picks are gonna be.
Yone ban, that's quite interesting.
Interesting indeed.
You think they banned the Yone top or they banned the Yone for mid?
I think it's a Yone mid, maybe. I mean, I've seen Yone top, but Yone mid?
Do you think there might be a Trundle ban or Trundle pick coming through this game? Because it's been really popular in this past few games.
Might be. We'll see how it goes. They banned the Corki. There's a Trundle pick coming from ASF. Sorry, a ban coming from ASF. So they got the Trundle out of the way. I mean, I think they know if Trundle is in the wrong hands, there's gonna be some trouble.
Especially with his diamond players, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Ban the Jinx as well. They know what's at stake. If Jinx or Trundle, I mean even Yone, is in the wrong hands, it can be fatal. So ASF is definitely trying to play it safe, getting out all the prominent picks.
That's quite interesting though, because ASF is first pick. They can pick one of those strong champs.
Exactly. So it's a little bit of a mind bender to see that, but it's, you know, yeah. So they banned Vex as well. They know Vex is definitely something good for ASF. What do you think about that? I mean, that Vex carried them hard throughout the last game.
We have Star, that's man of the match of Vex the previous game, and he just played it so well. And I think Vex might be the reason for the win the previous game.
Yeah, look at that as Aphelios pick. Definitely interesting.
Strong champ at the moment. It's definitely a hyper carrier, same as Jinx, same as Caitlyn.
Yeah, there we go. And then whoa, Kai'Sa
Instantly switches from Nautilus, baiting it out and then grabbing the Kai'Sa.
Making them think, well, confused for a little while.
And confused me, buddy.
Yeah. By the way, if you do check the poll, there's a poll who will win the final. Not just this match, but, you know, the finals of the, well, there's going to be 3 games. I think it's 3 or best out of 3?
It's best out of 3.
Best out of 3. There we go. Best out of 3 to see who wins the game. And yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting. So it's going to be like 5 to 6 matches.
No.
Or is it just...
It's possibly just going to be 2 to 3 matches.
2? Oh, what am I
3
doing?
3 at maximum.
3 at maximum. What am I saying? Anyhow, but yeah, so we'll see how that goes. With Diana being picked as the jungler.
Yeah, we got Diana as the jungler. Really strong champion, as we've seen. We've seen it a lot. We've seen it in the SA Rivals Cup as well. Theo picks. And then we got Braum with the Aphelios. It's just pretty strong comp. Braum Aphelios, it's not that bad. If Aphelios has his red gun, it can almost instantly proc Braum passive. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Aphelios, strong champion, but I wouldn't feel comfortable picking Aphelios against Instinct, for example. I would go with something a little bit simpler, you know, at Twitch a lot of AoE, but what's your take on that?
Oh,
I mean, you're the ADC main.
Oh no, definitely, but if Exar can play the champ, he can play the champ. You saw me in SS Rivals, I did a lot of damage with Aphelios. The champ is not that hard. You play around 2 abilities. The thing you need to focus on is which weapons do you have. That's the thing you need to manage, your weapons. Because it comes in a different order that's constant, and you need to manage your weapons for different scenarios.
Exactly, weapon management. And let's see, locked in the Gwen, it seems. Gwen and Sylas. Sylas is definitely a good matchup, I think. A good meta champion.
I honestly think ASF should have grabbed that set. Just get Wabajaki on his comfort pick. Set is really strong. And it will be a nice front line with the Braum and the Braum and then Aphelios on the back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's odd to see the Sylas. I mean, I haven't seen ASF play Sylas. Have you?
No, I haven't seen ASF play Sylas yet.
But maybe they practiced it. I mean, we didn't take the opportunity to, you know, interview them or anything.
Sylas is probably going to Star. We see Star perform on the Cassiopeia. We saw Star perform on the Vex. So we can probably assume Star is going to perform on Sylas.
Yeah, exactly. And they ban Hecarim and Set with Volibear and Graves being ASF's bans. Definitely interesting to see them ban Volibear. I mean, tanks, we all know tanks, what tanks can do. I mean, it's not tanks, it's tank damage. It's the other pool of damage. I know that you get AD and AP, but then you get tank damage. It's unmeasurable, and it deals a F-ton of damage.
Just tank damage. What is tank damage?
You don't know until you experience
random
it.
true damage in a tank's kit, or just tank damage.
It's unmeasurable.
You deal amount of damage as the amount of HP you have.
Yeah, that's the logic Riot approaches. Instinct picks Karma with ASF locking in that Amumu. Nick Wolf is definitely playing it safe with Amumu.
Amumu is a pretty strong frontline. That's why I say if we had the set on ASF, it would have been a pretty solid comp.
Wukong, huh?
Honestly, a nice team fight orientation, but I still think the set is a more appropriate frontline because you need. Aphelios need some time to get into the zone. Aphelios is like a bruiser ADC, like just for the
what's better than having Wukong with an alt knockup, Braum having an alt knockup, Amumu having a AoE stun, and that's some good engaged champions versus Instincts engage or CC unengaged. So what do you think about that in terms of the engage potential?
Honestly, I think the Diana Yasuo some good engages going there. Karma with guys, I don't know. I've not seen that one before. It'll probably be a free lane for them if the Karma gets the W down. I mean, just imagine that on-click route and the movement and the shield from the Kai'Sa. It's just, I think it might be a strong lane. Kai'Sa prefers more champs of more CC, like to get that stacks down quickly. A champ that gives 3 CC, Kai'Sa W, and that stacks is on instantly. But I believe this is a different approach. We have the CC coming from the Diana and the Yasuo. So I think Instinct was like, I don't think we need a total CC support.
Exactly. And nice, we're back in. Buffs just spawned and no action happened. I mean, look at that. Everybody still have their flashes and
Both
spells.
Both teams
so
just kept it safe. Nobody invaded.
They kept it safe. There we go.
Because invaders always a risk. Even though if you have the priority champ, you have a pool champ, there's always the chance that you can fail the invade and give away your first blood to the enemy team.
There you go. Wabbajack did some quick trades with Gwen. I'm unsure if they were successful, and there they go again. Let's just set up this guy. There we go. And there we go. We got the spacing set. Oh, not yet.
No. You need to put that. Yeah.
I can see. There we go.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we're back. Good to be back. Thank God that bug is only temporarily. Otherwise, I would be insanely frustrated. But it's fine. So the trades are looking pretty significant. Yasuo, well, Instinct making some serious trade. Look at that. Look at that trade. Just anticipates it. There we go. Red Raven is on the ADC. Look at those pokes. And he got it. And he gets out, I believe. No. Oh, just barely takes it. So
Even
close.
though it's a 1-for-1 trade, Yasuo still gets that priority. He gets the minion priority that pushes in the XP that the Silas loses, and he gets that 100 gold extra.
Yeah,
first
exactly.
blood.
He gets that, and some would think, Yasuo doesn't really have that strong early, but against, certain champions, his early is insanely, if you play him right, you gotta play him right. That's the thing.
You need to play him right.
There is a skill cap involved. As funny as it sounds, look at that. Wukong taking a huge hit by Gwen.
Hunter dropping the fire emote. Hunter
It's
wants
lit,
action.
man.
He wants action.
Oh, look at that. Courting Nick Wolf off guard, but he flashes out. Oh, Kai'Sa, Red Raven flash over the wall. Gets onto Nick Wolf. Will Nick Wolf go out? Will it be? And, INT Yogi gets Nick Wolf
Snipe with the Q.
with Red Raven.
Do you think in a scenario that they planned it? They wanted Red Raven to get over to poke him down so that Yogi can take that kill. Do you think that was planned? Or did they just wing it?
I think it's a wing, I think Red Raven thought he would have killed Amumu sooner, but then Yogi was like, nah, you need help. And that's why he secured
Yogi
the kill.
was like, I am the ADC now.
Yeah, I'm the mage. Yasuo going in on Silas. Makes it hit. But Silas or Yasuo is taking
That
a lot
Yasuo
more.
wall was so instant.
What's going on the bot lane? Oh, look at that. It's bot lane is getting a huge gank, but Amumu's around the corner, making sure they don't get fouled.
I wonder if
Yasuo
Yasuo's
just-
that international player because his way of playing is so quick. It might be low
Quick,
MS.
quick, insanely quick. Look at that. Yasuo got the kill on the Silas. It's very quick. This Yasuo is insanely quick with his, mechanics.
Yeah, Silas threw the E off guard, random E, and he instantly windwalled it as the E came out.
Exactly. Yogi is making some little trades on, Exile and Galax here. But they are still putting some significant pressure on bot lane. What do you think, Guppy?
I believe so, and the entire team is putting pressure because we got incoming with almost a 2k gold lead, and that's... What's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2k gold lead in 5 minutes.
5
That's
minutes,
insane.
a 2k gold lead. Now, that's something significant. That's something to worry about. There we go. Karma takes a huge hit on Braum and Exile. Red Raven follows up and tries to get the kill on Aphelios, but Aphelios says no. Oh! Yogi pops his shield and manages to delay it. Braum is seizing that Kai'Sa heavily, but Red Raven still wants that Braum. Red Raven!
And Red Raven couldn't make that happen. And that's actually some really well played from the bot lane. of
ASF, good job, guys. That was...
Pulling the gold lead back with 1k.
There we go. Now it's only about, 1k margin. Ooh, there's something about to happen in the top lane. Gwen engages on Wukong with Diana following up. Engages on Wukong, but Wukong seems to have survived it. Diana?
Q coming through.
There we
on
go.
Diana.
Oh, and he dodges it.
Wow.
And he manages to get the
played.
kill.
Well played.
Well
from
played.
Wukong. He's like, okay, if I down now, I'm gonna take Quinn with me,
And he
it's a
secures
300
it.
gold trade.
Dodge.
Nobody loses anything. And just look at that blue wave. Just look at that blue wave pushing in. If you can quickly go back to top lane, look
Yeah.
at that blue wave pushing in.
Yeah, misses a lot of farm and gets a kill.
Oh.
Let's check that replay again. So there you can see Wukong, Gwen engages on the Wukong because she knows Diana's around the corner. And it's just beautiful. Look at that. Tries to get the Wukong. Wukong runs away. Gets into his invisibility. As the Diana Q's hits him. Gwen engages. And Gwen takes a knock as well.
A simple trade, a simple gank that Wukong turned so it was a 1-for-1 trade.
One for
instead
one
of-
trade. Equal gold. That's what they're going for in early game. Equal gold distribution.
If you can make a play, you get the advantage, you do it. If not, trade it equally.
Traded equally. That's exactly right. There we go. Beautiful gameplay. I mean, ASF is playing against a super good team. Diamond slash master with a diamond guy. And the other elo is unknown gold. Around gold, I'd say. I don't really know. I'm not too sure. But, so yeah, that's something significant. Amumu engages on Kai'Sa, makes a quick trade. Kai'Sa, Red Raven gets knocked out.
I want to say, buddy, these Amumu gangs are coming in
They're
pretty
vicious.
solid.
Vicious.
Very solid. We saw it earlier while the Reaper was going. Also mid, almost killed a Yasuo. Well done on Nick Wolf.
Nick Wolf is stepping up his game. He's definitely being the rock of early game for ASF now. But will he continue to be the rock? That's gonna be interesting.
Isn't The Rock Malphite?
The Rock?
The Rock.
No, that's Dwayne Johnson.
But it's also Malphite.
You could say so.
Malphite Johnson.
Diana is setting up for bot lane, coming around the corner. But will there be any action? I think there is. Diana's trying to get close to Aphelios, while Karma and Red Raven shuts that Aphelios down. Now they're turning on to Braum. Oh no, they might have overstayed there. Well,
Like
they
you can
definitely
see,
did.
buddy, like they got the gold lead, and that's actually quite common in these tournaments. You get the gold lead, and then you overstay it just a bit. You should have gone back, just played it safe, wait for the next Amumu gang, because Diana can always come and turn the tides again.
Yeah, they should have gone back while they could. Well, let's see what's going on mid lane. Amumu! Nick Wolf is back again. Misses his Q. Manages to save Silas, but no! The Yasuo pops a clutch just there. And now he's turning on Nick Wolf.
What do you think, buddy? That has to be lower than 100 ping.
That's some 50 ping plays. That's some $50 on 50 ping.
50 bulk and 30 ping.
There we go. Diana is trying to see if she can do something against that Nick Wolf. But she says, nah, I'll just wait here and see if he steps up.
Every time you die to the Yasuo, you see you die to Shrek.
It's Shrek.
That's his name.
There we go. It's Shrek.
It's Shrek.
Imagine dying to
That would have
Shrek.
been so tilting, dying to Shrek 24/7.
There we go. Gwen pushes in top lane, manages to let Wukong miss a wave while she recalls and get herself some good starting position items. Oh man, this is exciting. So right now, this is the final, as you know, some might know, between ASF and Instinct Esports. So this is gonna be a good fight. Yasuo! Oh, a lot of action going on there. There we go. Some hidden traits. Silas was involved for a quick interaction with Yasuo, but Yasuo was like, nah. Well, Silas was like, nah, I'm getting out of there. I'll let him do his thing. And there we go. Shoo, it's getting hot here. It's getting hot in top lane as well. Look at that Wukong. Just manages. Oh, and Silas get caught out. It's play-by-play happening.
That's the thing I've told you about the Yasuo Diana strat.
It's vicious.
It's a small knock-up margin, but with a Yasuo that's playing that well, he's probably gonna get that knock-up.
Yeah, indeed. And look at the goal difference. ASF is behind with 5k. Instinct Esports is leading with 5.4k. That's a lot of money for early game. That's a lot of money.
We've got Braum and Amumu just bullying that Diana. Misses his Q, but that's Diana's flash coming off.
There we go. And Diana's turning on Aphelios and manages to get the hit on Aphelios while Amumu squanders around trying to see if he can equalize the gold. But Yasuo is saying, no sir, I'm gonna equalize you. And they get the kill on Amumu.
Leaving that kill for the Red Raven to finish off.
This is a vicious game. Red Raven is slowly but surely getting back into the game. In fact, he is already back into the game. Yasuo is in the lead. Gwen is also, it seems, in the lead. Yeah, so the micros is looking in favor for Instinct.
Instinct, indeed. And remember, Red Raven has that call, and he already has a lead, a 1 kill lead over the Philios. When once that call pays out, it's basically the goal of another kill.
There we go. I mean, look at that. The gold is basically multiplying now. Now it turned from a 5k to a 6k gold advantage for Instincts. It's insane to see.
That's pretty much a 6k gold lead coming there. And that's only in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I can imagine at minute 20 it's going to be like, what, a 10k gold lead if it continues like it's continuing right now.
Exactly. Let's see what's happening in mid. There's a few pings going on here, so I'm guessing they're setting up a gank. Well, Yasuo is setting up a gank. There we go. He's playing super aggressive. Super aggressive.
But isn't that most of Yasuo players? Just putting yourself out there, getting yourself in the fight.
Being in the picture. That's what you gotta say.
There's also the times where you need to lay back. Some Yasuos just can't turn it off.
Yeah, there we go. Yasuo and Diana is going for that Herald, trying to get some tower advantages and get those plates down on the towers. Well, Gwen is desperately pushing in the top lane because I know they're going to probably spawn that Herald in top lane to secure a first tower and some extra gold from the plates. There we go. Diana's going to the top lane, it seems. There we go. That's a 3v1 situation. Wukong says, no, I don't want part of that, and he bails.
The best way to have your ward is in that bush right there, next to the wall, right there next to the blast gun. That wall there, that's the best place to have your ward.
Exactly.
In case of backwards gank.
Wukong is keeping Yogi is keeping Wukong out of his lane, so they can get that tower easily, I believe. Let's see what's going on there.
Due to the Karma being top, we have some bot lane just trying to grab a kill on the Red Raven.
Yeah, they're running, just trying to push in bot while Red Team secures top tower. That's some interesting plays. They're not taking the tower. They just Gwen is just proxy farming, it seems.
Because they know they can get the tower, and right now Gwen is going back for that tower gold. And there she goes.
Single gold. There we go. 610 gold for Gwen. That's look at the gold difference now. It's 7.3k.
7.3k
in 13 minutes.
Instinct just showing ASF why they are one of the best teams in South Africa when it comes to League of Legends, and it's basically just the micro trades and better positioning overall, better communication, better rotations.
Aphelios manages to make a pick on Kai'Sa, but Karma is following up. Yogi is saying, okay, you got my ADC, but now you're gonna pay as well, and she equalizes the gold. Herald is actually spawned in mid lane Funny enough, look at that. They know why waste Herald top lane if you can spawn at mid lane.
Exactly.
And you can get top tower.
Yeah, they really have the try on it. Now I think it's only that's gold orientated. Getting gold on towers is a decent amount of gold for the entire team. And it only you see it took the gold to like another 2k advantage just by taking another tower and a
Exactly.
Drake and some more farm.
2 towers at the price of 1, it seems, and kills. So that's nearly a 10k gold difference. ASF really need to start pulling up their socks because they are 2 Drakes behind and 10 gold behind. Things are going to change. I mean, I think they're just trying to play it safe for score, but they should start focusing less on the score and more on, you know, catching out the team and seeing where they can score.
That Gwen going in with the same damages.
Look at that damage. That big shield from Karma. Aphelios is just trying to hold out, but he can't.
And that's why they picked the Karma instead of OP Spimmer CC support. Just for that shield, just for that sustain, just for the extended
And Wukong
teamfights.
engages there on... Oh, look at that damage from Wukong. With Silas just hurrying at... Why, Silas? Help your team. Get in there, Silas. What is going on? For a moment you thought that, oh my word, you know, Red Team or Instinct was in trouble, but it just changed. That 10k gold difference just showed there when that team fight changed in Instinct's favor.
Actually, when you have a lot of decent teams into a
Look at that.
normal game, you don't really see that 1 for 3 stuff that often. You see them trade easy early, like 500 gold lead, 4 for 4, whatnot, and then really it started to change around the mid game. That's where you see the which team is better.
Exactly, that's indeed true. And let's head back here. So Yasuo and Gwen managed to do some... Well, they tried to make some quick trades on Exile, I believe, and Silas, but failed a little bit. But they did make an impression, I'd say. Wukong is trying to set up on Diana with Yasuo around the corner. Diana is waiting for Kingdom Come. They get the shutdown on Diana. Changes on Yasuo. And they get the... Yasuo is trying to get Nick Wolf, but he fails. And Nick Wolf gets out alive.
That's a double shutdown on a Mumu. That's like almost 2,000 gold.
Yeah, well, they're still behind. I mean, they're still about 12.4 thousand. I think it's 12k gold behind. Yeah, 12k gold behind. So they're still a little behind. They have to do some catching up. Yeah, sad life indeed. Oh, I think... I know, Galaxy. There we go. Yogi is in trouble, getting chased by Wukong. What will happen?
Pilu is trying to wing it, just flashing for that kill, but that Karma shields are just too great, and the movement speed just
gets her out of there.
Just get me out.
It's not just get me out. It's more like I am out.
I am out. All right.
I am the movement speed. Try to catch me if you can, and I can also give 6 speeds and do a lot of damage.
Then I can slow as well.
I'm a support. Quotation. I'm a support.
With my support item, I chunk away half of the ADC's HP.
Nick Wolf and Galaxy with Winged Exile trying to see if they can make a pick on Karma. But Karma, every time they engage, Karma just runs out. Diana's approaching. I think they're setting up for more objectives. We're trying to get vision control. Diana just popped Oracle Lens. There we go. Here comes Diana. Onto Aphelios. Braum is trying to get him out there, but he's not winning, it seems. Diana makes some serious hits on Aphelios and gets out that... Oh, look at that. Look at that engage from Wukong coming in on Karma. With Diana following up
just
on Wukong, trying to stop down Wukong.
Look at that Karma shield.
But it's just a lot of damage. And this is basically late game or mid game for Instinct and early game. Still early game for ASF.
Yasuo's still over there and the bot lane. Just quickly go there.
Look at the gold difference. That's nearly a 50%. Nearly a 50% gold difference between the team. Well, 100%.
Going to take that in heap.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, he's definitely going to get that. Ophelia is trying to do something, but Yasuo's going to show him now what's up.
Yasuo's just like, I throw my splain button that counters all the ADCs, not just you, all of them.
Yeah, get everything. And Yasuo is just hanging around there. Diana is getting inside there, hits a knock-up. Yasuo and... Well, Diana pays with her life for that kill trade, but Gwen is coming in there with Yasuo falling up in Karma. They get a few kills there. Wukong shuts down Gwen, and they follow up there. Nick Wolf and Galaxy is in some serious trouble.
And that's what I said last game. You have to
And
lead you in the
Kai'Sa
game.
gets a penta just like that. What is that damage?
That's
Ben?
Red Raven, brother. That's Red Raven.
That's it. I knew it. And that's GG, I think. That's definitely GG. Yeah. GG for the first game for Instinct. ASF is red side to your right and Instinct Esports is to your left, blue
I'm
side.
really quite curious to see what the bans. Instinct going with the same Corky ban. And what is that? Oh, that's what happened last game. They picked the Aphelios from Red Raven. Now they didn't want to play the Aphelios. Now they're banning it instead.
Trying to avoid humiliation as well as, giving away a strong AoE, teamfight champion.
I can remember Red Raven being a big on the Aphelios pick. So, quite possibly, they deny Red Raven his pick.
I think they're going to ban Kai'Sa as well. Let's give it a go. What? There goes the Yone as well.
It might be a Karma ban. I think what do you think about a Karma ban?
Karma ban, definitely, but I think it's going to be a Kai'Sa ban or a Yasuo ban coming up.
Yasuo ban. Oh, definitely. Yasuo or Karma. I'd say Yasuo or Karma. Going for the Vex ban. Going for the same 3 bans almost, I think.
Yasuo Kai'Sa ban coming up. Let's see.
Let's check this out.
I hope they don't play the same champs as they played the previous game because it's going to be catastrophic for them, I think. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, just wait for that ban. Let's just see what this gives. Tips this give.
Trundle ban.
Again, yeah.
Nobody likes Trundle in their games. S tier champion still super strong.
Talk about tanks, or well, bruiser tanks, with a lot of, map presence and engagement presence. Instinct picked Volibear, so this is definitely going to be interesting for, I think it's a volley top or mid.
Honestly, buddy, I didn't even expect Instinct to take a Volibear pick.
I mean, if they want to, they can. I mean, it's not a bad pick, I believe, because the champion is insanely strong, has a lot of engaged potentiality, and, the trading, micro trades of Volibear is insanely good when it comes to, 1v1 and getting yourself fed.
Not even 1v1. You get the tower that gets disabled when he ultimates, so it's just like a quick pick-up kill from a gank that can extend into the tower range. We got the team fight that's major from the Volibear. I think Volibear is a pretty solid pick.
Volibear is a solid pick.
And especially when it comes to first pick. When you're first pick, you don't know what you're up against. So you need to grab the champions that is medium risk, medium reward, or low risk, high reward.
Exactly, and that's what Yogi did there. A lot of reward, well, with not much risk when you pick Volibear.
Not too much people that can counter. There's not so many champs that can counter Volibear. That's what happens when you pick first. You want to pick a champion with the least amount of counters. Even if you're countered, you can still be useful somehow. Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly true. And so we're gonna see how this turns out for Volibear. We
got a Seraphim Nami, the double support.
What is going on? I think Instinct is having a little bit laugh there.
Too many people wanting to be Eagles.
Yeah. So it's gonna be super fun looking at that Seraphim Nami. I think it's a Seraphim mid Nami support. Well, it better be.
Well, it's possibly Seraphim ADC and Nami's support. We don't know. We don't know what's happening.
I hope not, but I think that interesting. That's all I can say. Interesting.
I'm quite curious though. I would have thought them going for like a Jaina pick against Leona, just for all the disengage from the engages Leona can bring onto them.
Yeah, you see Ziggs being locked in by Galaxier with Kayn as well. They banned Instinct banned Set. Good ban there because they know Wabbajack is good with Set.
And that's the last ban as well. Like I said, they should have grabbed that Set earlier.
From the start. Take the chance while they can.
Because Wabbajack can perform. We've seen him perform on Set, and it's his comfort pick.
Exactly. And if you want to take a chance with, a performance champ, you take it quick because they will ban it in the second phase of banning.
Exactly. And, well, they could have picked the Ziggs at any time. Ziggs could have been picked at any time. But I think it's they're just waiting it out. They don't know what they're playing up against. So they're probably just playing for time. And
hopefully Wabberjack will have another trick up his sleeve.
yeah, and you can go volley bear. It's either top volley or jungle berry. That champ can go in 2 lanes. So they like, okay, where's this guy going? They don't want to take the chance, and they're just waiting it out. They're maximizing top pick, waiting it out, checking what they're playing against top lane, and then picking the top lane.
Interesting ban from Instinct, banning Ornn, while ASF bans Jinx. Super, and they pick Tom. Ooh, S tier champion lining up. That's going to be interesting. Volibear against Tom. We all know Tom is S tier. We all know the power of Tom Kench early game.
Okay, that begs the question, buddy. They could have picked the set now instead of Ziggs. If they picked the Tom on the second rotation, they could have just well grabbed that set.
Exactly. Caitlyn coming in. Another pick. Ooh, Kai'Sa again? Oh, there we go.
Red Raven loves his Kai'Sa. And Kai'Sa's almost like a champ like Vayne and like Kokma. You have a lot of mobility. Well, not Kokma, but Vayne. You have a lot of mobility. You have a lot of fighting potential. And then you also have that passive that breaks through tanks and bruises.
Exactly, you sure do. Lissandra being picked. Ooh, I don't know if Lissandra's a good pick against Seraphine. I mean, he's probably going to play against Seraphine. Because Seraphine has range, a lot of range. And Lissandra is... Her trades is super short. It's short burst. I know it. I play the champion. It's super short. And if you're playing against a Seraph or a Cassiopeia with Lissandra, you're going to lose. Because they have more range and they can poke you. And you can do what you want. You can ult yourself. You can ult them. Get ganked. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But you're going to lose trades in early game. For late game, that's when you're going to shine though.
Yeah, no, exactly. And Lissandra into that pick. I don't know. We got INT Nacy playing the Seraphine, and you died to Shrek is support now. What's going on?
The roles have changed so quick. I think this is just a this is going to be an interesting match.
Do you think this is Instinct memeing it?
I think they probably are memeing, but I won't bet on that. But if they have a laugh. We'll talk about that later. We'll ask him, what was that Seraphine? You know, we'll ask him. So stay tuned after this.
What happened? What did you do?
2 support champions in the bot lane. Look at them. Look at them.
We definitely need to go to the Discord and ask them after this game.
We
after
will.
Everything is over. What is going on?
What is going on? Instinct, what is going on? Definitely interesting to see. Definitely.
Watching those Tom Ken trades. Just so much damage going from
with a Ziggs and a Leona bot lane. This is definitely... So who's the ADC? Oh, well, APC. It's Seraphine. Okay. So Wabberjack is making some trades with Demilan. Not much going on. The support's bot lane, they are destroying Ziggs and Leona. This is definitely
just to get it
interesting.
into perspective, Demilon, the top lane of the Volibear, was the jungler of the previous game. Yayogi, the Ekrim, was the support of the previous game. Red Raven was on bot lane ADC, and INT Nacy was... what was INT Nacy? Was the top lane, I believe. Yeah. INT Nacy was the Gwen top lane, and then where you died to Shrek was the Yasuo mid lane.
There we go.
Who's now playing the Nami.
Look at those trades coming from supports. This is the thing I want to talk about. Like, Riot say they are support champions, but why the hell is a support champion's base damage more than an ADC or a mid laner's or, well, a mage? You know what I mean?
Because else Riot Games won't be able to make a series from them.
Oh,
if they're useless and they do nothing, Riot can't make a series for them. Why would you want a series of a useless champion in a game?
There we go. Tomkins trying to make a pick on little old Volibear chases, and there goes first blood to ASF. There we go. That's what I want to see. You know, a change in perspective when it comes to early game damage and picks. And ASF did that good. They knew Tom Kench is strong, and they knew the gank would be good. Oh, Lissandra, Raven, what are you doing?
Raven really wanted that kill.
Raven wanted that.
I can see him. Guys, just wants that kill.
He wants that kill. He nearly got it though. But ASF, well, Lissandra just knew flash opposite direction, and it's funny to see Red Raven follow up though, but he genuinely thought he could get it.
That's just basically both people deciding to flash at the same time. which basically just opens the gap at the same moment, and nobody gets anything.
Exactly. It's super interesting how they make decisions in this environment, especially Instinct. Instinct, top tier team, definitely one of the best in South Africa. What do you say?
Yeah, definitely one of the best in South Africa. We see them compete into ATK, we see them compete into Big 5, and
VS Gaming
doing well. Yeah, VS Gaming, ATK tournament, most tournaments you'll see Instinct.
There we go. But ASF, surprisingly enough, is making a good impression for a new team. They definitely are. Let's see what's going on there. Ziggs and Leona is making some picks on Seraphine and Nami. They tried to do a quick trade, but they just couldn't. Well, Lysandra take out Red Raven with Kane. Very interesting.
Beautiful change of pace coming here, and we got ASF being leading by a 0.5k gold advantage.
If you would classify Kai'Sa, would you say that she's a short, medium, or long range, ADC?
Kai'Sa, definitely short to medium.
So that's going to be hard for Red Raven, because that's where Lysandra excels. She likes the short range champions. Look at that. Nami and Seraphine trying to make a pick on Leona, but damn, they just couldn't do that. But yeah, Lysandra dominates short range champions, and that's why she's in a good spot. To me, that's why I expected Seraphine to go mid,
Exactly. I expected Seraphine to mid as well, but I was like, okay, it's Nami, Seraphine. Anything could happen. Bot lane has seen bruises, bot lane has seen supports, bot lane has seen mid laners,
exactly.
Everything, mages, everything.
There goes. Leona engages on the Nami, takes out Nami, now they're heading to Seraphine. Ziggs tried to, get those autos on him, get that passive stacking with abilities. He's running out of mana, but he will cash in that Seraphine kill, I believe. There we go.
In Nami taking note that the Ziggs is, well...
Oh, hold on. Here comes Yogi. Yogi engages on Ziggs. Trying to get Ziggs, but Ziggs W himself out, but unfortunately dies there. But Yogi gonna get the other kill, though. So it turns out the gold difference is still in favor for ASF. What do you think?
Almost 1k, 1.2k gold difference towards ASF. Now ASF should take that lead and prioritize it towards objectives.
ASF is really feeling the pressure. They know what's at stake, and they're making clear and precise and easy picks. They don't want to risk anything, but if they can make a pick, they will make a pick.
Yeah, definitely. If you can take a pick with the gold advantage, that means you have more items and you can easily get into the item lead. Now you shouldn't overstay.
Oh, look at that.
But he
He gets the Red Raven, and he turns on Volibear, trying to get out of there with his passive, but he won't win that one. Not against the bear.
Yeah, that's a bit of a risky trade. I think he should have just left it, because what does it help investing your time on trading even?
Yeah, he could have, but then again, Lysandra didn't have an E to get out of there. So she was basically, she knew Red Raven would follow.
I think she just took the best alternative.
Best alternative. She knew Volibear would chase her down. She knew, he knew Volibear would chase him down, and he knew Red Raven would probably participate in the kill.
Exactly.
So rather equalize and go from there.
We have Seraphine almost double Ziggs' farm. That's gonna bite him up the butt later on if he doesn't equalize it soon.
Yeah, and look at the goal difference between Lysandra and Kai'Sa. There's about a 400-500 leap.
If you look at that, even though Ziggs has a killer buff, Seraphine, due to the farm difference, Seraphine still has the gold lead.
There we go. And Seraphine engages on Ziggs, and Leona manages to make a pick on Ziggs. They're turning now to Seraphine. ASF is trying to get out of there now.
Red Raven coming up from the jungle.
There we go. He knocks up, tried to make a few picks, get the damage out, and manages to secure the Leona as well.
Quick picks coming from Red Raven, just trying to get back into the game against Lysandra.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting to see, the decisions that these players make. Like I said earlier,
beautiful.
Look at that. Beautiful engage from Seraphine. With Nami and Red Raven getting back in there, trying to get the Leona back.
Red Raven just knowing his damage, he W's and walks away. Just trying to get back to lane as quick as possible.
Exactly. Top tier performance from a top tier team and a new team to, the scene. ASF.
The gold is exactly the same now.
They're equalizing. ASF, you better pull up your socks. Look at that. Volibear is diving Tom Ken. Tom Ken flashes over the tower, and he just couldn't. He just couldn't. He should have tried and slowed that Volibear, you know, so the tower can hit him. What do you think?
Should have gotten out of there sooner. He knows Volibear is at an advantage. Volibear can take him, and staying under the tower, he can't always rely on the tower, especially if Volibear is an ultimate that blocks the tower, that turns the tower into a useless standing sculpture.
There we go. And Hegram is trying to see if he can make a pick on Ziggs. Oh, and burst at Ziggs. Ults over the tower. Desperately wants at Ziggs. And he manages to secure Ziggs.
That one key auto
He's going
damage
through the tower, I think, to Leona, trying to make it a double kill. But Leona stuns him under the tower. And she manages to get nothing.
That was really close, though. If she was a bit higher HP, she could have gotten that stun down and probably would have been a kill for her.
Oh, look at Nick Wolf. Just trying to get Red Raven.
That's like we said in previous games. The ASF has the early game under control. They trade even, or they trade better than Instinct, but misplays. Now Instinct has the 2k goal advantage, and this is where we're going into the medium game.
Oh, Star misses his Q with Lissandra, but manages to get the kill, but it's a 1-for-1 kill, so it's not worth it.
So, buddy, this is where we're going into the mid-game, and this is where we've seen Instinct take priority over the game. Let's see if ASF can learn from their mistakes and not allow it, or are we going to see Instinct do it once more?
I think Instinct's objective was to put Red Raven, the ADC, in mid lane, and put two supports
on the ADC.
No, not just that. Make it easy for him, but also shift the attention to bot lane. I think they forced ASF to think that bot lane is going to be a breeze, and while that happens, Red Raven easily gets kills mid. But their prediction kind of failed because Lissandra is nuking Kai'Sa mid lane, and their bot lane is not really doing that good to call it, you know.
But if you think about a mid lane fight, just imagine a Nami ult hitting with the Seraphine ult, hitting with a Hecarim ult. Just so much CC and such a Kai'Sa follow up, just instant stacks, and if you can't move, you can't play.
Exactly. So the team combo that Instinct has is definitely insanely good. But then again, if you look at ASF's team, it's good as well, if you think about it, because Lissandra has a lot of AoE. Tom Kench is a fat tank, and he can still do a lot of damage. With Kane, a lot of burst.
But the problem is ASF doesn't have any DPS at all. If you look at it, yeah, the Ziggs has some AP trades and stuff, but it just can't match a Kai'Sa that goes wit's end, and if anything, it won't matter, because you remember, if you look at the Kane, most of his, like half of his kit is AP, then you get Lissandra that's fully AP, and you get the 6 fully AP, one wit's end, and Kai'Sa can get a lot of survivability.
If she can get out of the CC, if she can get out, look at them, they're trying to set up for Red Raven, just waiting there, but they're wasting their time a little bit. Top lane is slowly getting pushed in, so Tom Kench.
But if you look closely, buddy, Instinct has just as much CC himself.
Yeah, they do. And look at the gold gap between ASF and Instinct. Instinct is in a 2k advantage over ASF with a Drake.
I'm happy to see that ASF hasn't allowed them to take it even further. Like, it's been 2k for the last 3 minutes now. So they didn't allow Instinct to go any further with the gold for now.
Yeah. And Tom Kent engages on Volibear, getting him on his tower, trying to do a lot of damage. And he certainly does. But Volibear returns to fire. Volibear is just baiting out Tom Kent's shield. Just waiting for it to lower so he can get back in there. They're setting up for Drake. Instinct wants that Drake, and ASF is trying to counter. But will they be able to? Oh, look at that Nami ult coming in. Leona tries to kill the Nami, goes back into Diana. Hecarim following up there. They engage Seraphine versus Ziggs in near bot lane with Nami trying to make a pick on Ziggs. But there you go. Nami gets the kill on Ziggs. And Nami gets another kill on Leona. What am I seeing? What is this?
That, my friend, is you died to Shrek.
There you
That's
go.
the guy that played Yasuo the previous game, showing everyone, listen, I'm not just a Yasuo main, I can even play a Nami support.
It's all about the wind and the knockups. Nami, the fish, I wouldn't be surprised if he can play Janna as well. I mean, he likes the knockups, it seems. I think it's a knockup trend. There we go. Blue Team has the Drake now. Now they're 2 Drakes in front. I think this is going to be game for ASF. That's my prediction. ASF is not going to win this one. It's just, look at the...
I don't know, it's too early to say. They still got the 4K goal. 4K goal is not that bad. It depends on how well Instinct keeps the lead. If they throw this lead, they can... ASF can easily come back with a 2K gold lead. 2K gold dispersion on their side, and they'll only be like 2K behind. From one fight, they can only be 2K behind. They can easily catch up.
If there's a time for ASF to get in front, it's now. I mean, there's 2 Drakes remaining, then Instinct is full, has all the Drakes, and the gold lead is not that much for mid-game. It's still winnable. ASF can
much
still...
better than the previous game. At this point, last game,
ASF was gone.
Int was 8k ahead in the gold.
Oh, look at those picks. He's got to get the pick of the ult, and 6 just couldn't clutch. With Leona in trouble as well, but she's getting out of there. Oh.
Leona saying, just get me out. I don't like these 2 support. I don't like to see...
Let's check the replay on that real quick. I think we messed that up. My bad. But yeah, that's it. ASF is doing much better. Lissandra is in game still. Red Raven is actually in trouble a little bit for now. There we go. Here comes the engage. Oh, but he misses it. He flashes out.
Oh, at least they got the Red Raven's flash. Red Raven is practically acting as the ADC just from another lane. Late game, when it all comes together, it doesn't even matter. Red Raven now will still be the ADC, but just with a lot more of an XP advantage than we would have had the previous game.
Exactly. Herald is being spawned mid lane by ASF. They take the tower, but Hecarim engages on Lissandra, tries to make the pick because he knows Lissandra is doing a lot of damage, but Lissandra just couldn't win that. She's alone. She has nothing.
What do you think, buddy? You think Lissandra should have just taken the dip and kept the ultimate?
I think she just could have used that E to get the hell out of there.
No, she did. Hecarim, he played his E really well.
Yeah,
he played it better than Lissandra. So by the time Hecarim knocked her, he was halfway closer.
There we go. Seraphine ulting the Ziggs and Leona with Nami ulting as well. Nami is in trouble. Seraphine got killed. They're probably going to take that hit on Nami as well. Red Raven is coming down to see if he can make a difference there. But Keynes pulls up and turns it into a 3v1 situation. This is going to be interesting. Red Raven, you better get out of there if you want to win this. Oh, Leona and Ziggs turns around. Oh, they're getting back there. And Hecarim pulls up to try and defend Red Raven. Good communications from Red Raven. Let's go back there. There we go. Now this turned into a small team fight, a 4v2 situation. Red Raven disperses with Hecarim as well. Good decision, and it's good that Hecarim listened. Well, they communicated. Red Raven probably said, you know, I'm in trouble. And Hecarim was like, no problem, I'm coming down.
If you look at the scores now, well... 15 for 10, it doesn't look that big. If we see a score 15 for 10, we're like, okay, this is kind of a close game. But then you look at the gold lead, it's almost 4k. And that's...
It is 4k, yeah.
4k is about 1 item, or at least half an item for everyone in the team.
Yeah, it's more like a quarter item for everybody.
No, maybe
a third of item.
33% about.
Yeah, a third. Yeah, it's super interesting to see. So there's still time, you know... But ASF has to pull the socks up, you know, look at it. And
ASF is definitely playing much better than the previous game.
Definitely.
At this point in time, Int had a 10k gold lead.
Yeah, exactly. But Instinct is giving them trouble. Instinct is hammering them in this game as well. But it's not as bad as the previous game, it seems. There we go. Instinct, I think they're securing that tower.
Short trades.
But it's such range from Seraphine. I think she would have done better in mid lane, to be honest. But that's just how the game turned out. Lissandra is coming down from mid lane. There's a team fight gonna occur here, I think. It's a 4v4, I think. Yeah, 4v4. Red Raven pulls up. Now it's a 4v5. Tom Kens, get your butt here. We need you. ASF pulls out. They don't want to fight over that. So I think they might lose that Drake from that decision. There we go. Hecarim and Red Raven with Volibear pulls up to Tom Kench, but Tom Kench manages to pull out with his...
We just ask after this game if we can speak to both teams. We'll be in and out. We won't take too much of your time.
Yeah, it would be nice, man. There we go. hits that tower. Tompkins engages on Red Raven and Volibear. Kane pulls up. Tompkins is still alive, manages to survive, but Red Raven says, no, I'll take that kill. Seraphine goes in with a Nami ult, and here goes the pigs, and the pigs are raining down. Leona's trapped inside, and it turns toward Lissandra. They're pushing into Lissandra. Lissandra flashes out with Ziggs trapped in the corner there. He hits the fruit and he's out. But Red Raven follows up and he says, I'm going to get you too.
Red Raven is hungry.
Red Raven is hungry.
Like the
Raven is hungry and the Raven wants it. Let's take a look at that replay again.
We got to see exactly what I told you. The Hecarim ult, the Nami ult, and the Seraphine ult coming quite... Wow.
There we go.
My mind can't comprehend. That was just beautiful.
It was a beautiful, beautiful play there. It's just, what can you say? And they managed to take the Drake from that. Well, they're busy with the Drake now. There we go. Hecarim is lining up. Secures the Drake. And that's what that team fight was for. To get the objective. And to take a tower, maybe. Who knows? What's going on in mid lane? Not much. ASF, you're in trouble. I'm just saying it.
One fight going for a 7k gold lead now.
Yeah, we go. And an objective lead too. It's just insane to see what one team fight can do if you mess up. Well, if the one team is stronger than the other, I guess. If you don't have that DPS. But that's where the gold comes in. If you don't have any gold, you don't have more items than your opponent, and your DPS is going to be lower than your opponent's.
I really think ASF should have pulled like a bruiser type of Aurelia thing on their team just for some DPS.
Yeah, they need a good output. I mean, the Lissandra pick was good, I think, because it's a lot more DPS and AoE coming out from that one champion, and it's a lot of CC too, so it sets up a good team fight.
What do you think about a Aurelia instead of a Tom Kench?
I think that would be. But the micro against Volibear would be hard for Aurelia.
Like, if you think about it, their team is not set up for long fights, for the tank to be in front and the damage to be behind. Their team is set up for burst and CC.
And Hecarim engages on Ziggs. With Leona following up, another team fight is happening. Red Raven picks out the Ziggs. They're trying to get the Tompkins. They secure it. Now they're heading to Leona and Kane. Hecarim engages on the Kane, but Kane manages to slip out, I think, with Lissandra pulling back engage, ulting the Hecarim, trying to make a counterplay. Hecarim is in trouble. Kane is also in trouble, and Volibear takes the kill on Kane following Lissandra. Beautiful interaction going on there. Dominant forces. That's what it's about.
Hecarim is not done yet. Look at him now.
And he knocks Lissandra, but Lissandra's E manages to save it just by a fraction.
But at least it secures them the tower without having to worry about someone trying to defend.
And blue team instinct takes the Baron. That's what that fight was for. There's always a reason for a fight in mid to late game. And you see that the more you watch these games, and it's interesting too.
Yeah, sometimes a fight is just for kills, but if you take a fight just for kills, you need to make sure you 100% are going to win that fight.
You need to make sure what your damage is. If you don't, oh, there we go. The Red Raven tries to make a pick on Lissandra, but nearly gets him. Look at that. It's 1 W away. What do you think?
Red Raven following the same build, the Kraken Slayer and the Wit's End.
Kane is pulling up to top lane. Heads back to their red buff. It seems that he changed his mind there. With Tompkins and Ziggs trying to set up against the two support bot laners. And he gets rooted. Couldn't engage. Look at the pings. Look at that AoE coming from Seraphine. Well, a ranged AoE. It's the worst AoE. It's like a Zerov. It's just insane. It's just better than a Zerov,
ASF going the Leona Ziggs bot lane, and well, interested. Okay, you have the Ziggs ADC, then I take the Seraphine ADC, and they still put Red Raven mid lane, so their team has a DPS, and that's what I'm saying. ASF doesn't have that much DPS. They only have the burst, and if they fail the burst, what do you do?
There we go, and Red Raven engages on Tompkins. Tompkins is in some trouble, but his team is there to try and help him. Leona misses the ult, manages to Q. Ziggs missed the ult. Oh my word, ASF, what have you done? No, Tompkins, don't engage. But they managed to get the shutdown on Kai'Sa. Very
you
good.
see what I mean here, buddy? If they had an ADC, that Kai'Sa would have been dead much quicker. They wouldn't have wasted time on him.
Exactly.
But then you have the Ziggs throwing the stuff and missing completely, and everyone has to. The fight is delayed.
I mean, bot lane made the decision to pick two supports for bot lane, and Red Raven acknowledged it and said, "Okay, then I'll play an ADC mid because I know a team needs an ADC. You need a bot lane, an ADC in a team. You can play it mid, but you need one. There we go. Nami engages on the Tahm Kench and Leona and Kayn. Kayn is in some big trouble, but not as much trouble as Tahm. That team is gonna surround him any seconds with Zig trying to pound and help and get Tahm Kench out, but just couldn't do anything. Seraphine misses the ult on Leona, and this might be GG, guys. There we go. Engages on Leona, and Ziggs are coming up with Kayn in the background trying to do something, but he just couldn't.
Volibear,
He just couldn't.
Follow up so much damage.
A lot of damage, and Volibear is still at the tower.
That's GG for INT.
There we go. Flashes out of the tower. Unknown reason. I think it's gonna end. It's GG. Why are they not ending?
They don't want us. They don't want us to go. They want us to end the stream. They want us.
Are they trolling? Instinct? What are you doing? Ah, refreshing. One tower remaining on that turret. It's funny to see one tower remaining, because usually if they get most of the team out, they go for turrets.
At this point, it's high risk, high risk, high rewards on both teams. If one team wins, if ASF wins the fight, they get a massive amount of gold due to all the shutdowns, and if INT wins the fight, they get the game.
Exactly. The two supports on mid lane again. It's a insanely heartfelt, high tense moment now, because they have one turret remaining at the Nexus, and it's gonna be dire. Seraphine hits a massive engage there, taking out Lissandra with Nami on the back line. They nearly picked the Leona as well. Look at that, just so close.
Just imagine that Seraphine damage. Seraphine is just one of those champs. It's made for support, but if you go different build, you can actually play
And
this
Red
mage.
Raven and Hecarim is hungry. Hecarim goes in, takes out the Zig, turns toward the Kayn, nearly manages to get the Kayn, but now it's Red Raven's time with Volibear going engage on Tahm. Volibear and Tahm, Seraphine and Nami engages on Tahm Kench, killing him, and now Hecarim is in a dire state as well. But it doesn't matter, because they got the base, they got the team out. Now it's just a matter of taking the tower and ending the game, and that's exactly what they're gonna do.
A really extremely good effort from ASF. I didn't expect
Lissandra
that.
goes back in, tries to make a few picks, but the game is end before she can do anything. Here's the brackets. How do I scroll? There we go. So Dark Esports played against in the first round against Hextech. Dark Esports won. The Geek Front played against AF Esports, and AS Esports won. XVG lost against Instinct Esports in the first round. Instinct won, with ASF Academy playing against Artibus, and Artibus won.
The Artibus pulled through in the academy and went straight into the Instinct Esports matchup, which they lost, and it pulled them into the third and fourth place matchup, while with Dark Esports going to the ASF Esports. ASF won, as you know, and ASF took second place eventually, with Instinct taking the cup. And then we have Dark Esports being victor over Artibus, taking the third place. So the total standings being Instinct Esports first, ASF second, and Dark Esports third.
Go back here with, I think it's Demilon. Which players are you guys? It's Demilon and the other guy? And? Okay. So I'm just curious, what went through your mind when you picked Seraphine, when the picks were Seraphine and Nami and bot lane? Because we certainly had a laugh, because, I mean, by no doubt Seraphine deals a lot of AoE, and, the range on that thing is insane. So for short trades, she's insane. But what went through your mind?
You were wrong. I saw it. You were like Seraphine, but I know Instinct. They are going Seraphine bot lane with the Nami. What went through your mind, guys?
It was all started in a solo queue game where Orphic just wanted to play Nami, and I just decided to play Seraphine, and it worked.
It worked.
Played a couple of games. Like, there's a really high skill ceiling on this. We really could have played far better, but it's legitimately good.
So what you're saying is you didn't just decide it out of the blue. This pick has a story to it.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of fun with it, so
yeah, I can imagine.
I mean,
we were sitting there, we're just like, the two supports in bot lane are killing the Ziggs and Leona, and we were like, oh, that's interesting. We always knew that supports weren't really supports in a league, like it was 8 seasons ago, when supports did like no damage.
Now,
Yeah.
how did Red Raven respond to this idea? I can just imagine him mumbling like, "Oh, look at these guys taking away no support from me and going mid lane."
Yeah, he was like, oh, what do I do now? But we kind of just forced him on mid. It
Where do
wasn't
I
really his
fit in?
choice. Yeah, he didn't really have a choice. I just told him.
Even in the call when we decided
Yeah.
he was gonna go mid.
That makes me wonder: is Red Raven still a meme on your team? Is he still that guy that everyone memes about?
I don't know. He got master. I don't think he's that much of a meme anymore.
But
Yeah.
it's not about the rank. It's
No,
about
not
his
about
face.
the rank, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
personality, you know.
Red Raven has a meme face. He's like the PogChamp.
Yeah, it's true.
we were flexing with Red Raven's stats and his rank. You know how his rank progressed and how good he is, and like I don't know, ASF knew really what they're up against. I mean, they certainly.
Oh no, they definitely knew. They definitely knew. What they're up against, due to Exile and Demilon, I believe you know Exile pretty well, and they probably knew what they were up against.
Yeah, I think so, because I mean their bans. What do you think of their bans? You know, they banned They banned Yone. What was the other bans?
I actually can't remember.
But did their bans have any impact or significant impact on your composition?
Their bans were outdated. They banned Trundle, Jinx, and Yone. The Yone ban was a bit outdated because that was Dan's. You died to Shrek. He was playing top lane in the past, and he was a Yone one trick basically. But since we shifted into mid lane, that now one was kind of irrelevant. The Trundle and the Jinx ban were like kind of spot on. I really liked the Aphelios steal from Red Raven in game 1.
Would you say that Trundle is a giant pick these days? Because in a lot of tournaments, even the cup, the SA Rival Cup, you see a lot of Trundle being picked or banned or counter-picked just so someone else can't have that Trundle.
Yeah, I think Trundle is quite possibly one of the most OP junglers in the game right now. There's like 3 highly impactful junglers at the moment in the game, and Trundle has been sitting at the top for who knows how long.
Yeah,
Trundle
exactly.
one trick as well, so they target ban be like on the nail.
Yeah.
And I have one more question about You Died to Shrek. Is he an international player?
No.
We were checking the Yasuo and we're like, there's no way he's doing that on 180 or 170.
Yeah, we saw some insane quick movements from that Yasuo and made me wonder as well. But the thing is, when you're spectating, it's like a different point of view when you're playing.
Yeah, but
That is true.
that's like good for that guy. I mean, that Yasuo of him, like his early game with Yasuo was insanely good. I mean, that tower dive while he barely died. But he should have gone out in that tower dive. I mean, he calculated that so good. But yeah.
I was watching him in game, and we all praised him.
Yeah, we were like, what was that?
Yeah, you see
Yasuo?
that's a dangerous thing. If you lift the Yasuo too high, eventually flies and he flies away.
Then he flies away, and then he flies straight into the enemy nexus. That's where he flies, into the fountain. That's. But thank you guys for answering the call. Hopefully we'll cast more games and see you guys more. This was our first cast, and I think it was definitely fun and interesting.
What do you guys think about the cast?
Have you seen the cast? Have you seen it?
Have you seen it?
It was excellent. Yeah, we did watch a bit. I really think it was really good. Like, honestly.
And if you were to
I
compare
really
it to
enjoyed
CP, do you think we almost reached that level of
I think
professionalism?
you're better than Sheepy already, dude. Your stream overlays alone is like, dude, it's actually so crisp.
In my
And
defense,
you guys can cast like a pretty stale game pretty well as well.
thank you. Yeah, I mean,
I think
we're
it's
working on the
really good
casting. We did our research, and I'm a design graduate, so I'm pretty good with designing. So we have something going on here, and we're definitely gonna. Wait, where do you guys? Are you guys in Cape Town or Joburg or Durban?
I'm in Cape Town.
Are you guys going to the ATK event Sunday?
I am.
We are.
We'll
as
see
well.
you there, buddy.
We'll see you there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, boy.
But that's it from us. Thank you for playing this insane game and allowing us to cast it and allowing us to call you at this time of the night.
Just before you go, Demilon, you're in my ARAM team in the ATK event. I don't want to hear any excuses.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here
there they are. They're chilling over there.
Hello?
How's it, guys? You're live on the stream.
You're live in 4K.
Greetings.
Let me just amp up the volumes. There we go.
Alright, what up?
I have a question for you guys. When you were in Champion Select, were you like Buddy, you thought it's a Seraphine mid, or were you like me, you thought it was a Seraphine Nami bot lane?
I don't know where the guys got the idea, but someone said somewhere that they're going to try something sneaky. So we had an idea something was coming, but we didn't know. We actually thought that it would be first we thought it would be Nami mid.
And what's up with the Ziggs pick in the last game? Why didn't you guys pull in any DPS for your team?
After the first game, we were like, guys, that was enjoyable. We tried like everything we could after the first game. The second game came and we were like, guys, let's just have fun. We've been together literally a day.
And
Literally a day of us three playing together.
Exactly.
It was our first
And you
run.
guys, you guys played a solid game till the finals. I can tell you that. Me and Guppy and I, we were sitting here, and we were giving some like solid, and I don't know if I mean the previous game or where you guys got the what happened. I think it was. Ignore that, but you know, the communication. We could see that the communications, the comms were
it's really developing, yeah. And I'm not supposed to give advice to anything because it's a no bias zone.
send
But
advice, dude.
I can
Be-
tell
be
you,
good
you
guy.
guys early. The first game, you guys work well around your early. I think you guys should just work up around your mid game and your late game. And if you set up to your mid game
Really?
and set up,
We had a different opinion. We were saying that like our early, especially in the bot lane, our early games is very poor. Right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
The
But, like,
early
once-
game, I agree with you. The early game, like the game against Instinct, the first game, we saw your early game, and that early game snowballed so hard in Instinct's favor with the picks, the sneaky picks, and you know their objectives as well. If you look at the second game, you guys did a lot better in the early game. You could see that clearly.
Yeah.
The goal differences were a lot.
I think what Buddy means is he's not talking about the microtransactions. He's talking more about the rotations and the jungle gank from
Yeah.
Nick Wolf. Like Nick Wolf pulled some. You guys were like
Nick
one
Wolf
game. You were
were
five kills, like 4 kills ahead, 5 for 1. This into
Oh
one.
yes.
So,
The rest of we were so
yes.
focused bot lane. So yeah, the rest of the team did brilliant.
And even so, you guys got like a half a K gold lead at some point in the early game, and you guys should just work on transitioning that into late game and maybe practice your microtransactions. But overall,
But I think the only
good
reason we
performance.
had that lead was because of their funny picks, honestly. Because you know,
The Seraphine army.
top laner, first of all. So
the Seraphine Namus.
Are you hinting to the Seraphine Nami?
did everything, dude. Like none of them played in their respective roles. So
It was
early
quite a
game
weird one, I
lead
can imagine.
Was kind of not expected, but it was a higher chance of there being an early game lead the second game when they all went into their off roles.
There you go.
Instinct is known to do stuff like that. If they need one win for ending the tournament and they have nothing to lose that game, and they find it as a decently alright game, they really just play according to skill and they just pull up a sneaky like that.
But yeah, I can imagine you guys want to sleep. It's getting late. So, is there anything else you guys want to say?
Anything these two
We've
muted
went
guys
through.
want to
What
say?
about Hunter and Galaxia?
From my side, thanks for streaming, dude. That's
Right.
It's our pleasure. I mean, we had a blast, and we're definitely looking
And we
forward
enjoyed
to
it.
it
This is the
again.
first time, like we said, we brought the question up to Instinct, and I think it'd be fair if we brought the question up towards you guys as well. What do you guys think of the stream? This is our first actual live stream.
Nah, it's brilliant, dude. It's brilliant, hands down. I actually started advertising too. I was like, yes, these guys are
You joined the
amazing.
network.
Come watch.
You're in the social circle.
But yeah, thank you guys for playing that magnificent rounds, and you guys, for first team, you know, early team, good job. I mean, you guys played against Instinct is one of the best teams in South Africa. They are. They are a
won
challenge.
The ATK tournament. They are the best.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys in the next match whenever you guys play again. Anything from Guppy?
Exactly. I'm just looking here. It looks so odd speaking through 2 mics and 1 Discord account. It's like this is not Buddy. We are the Buddy.
We are Buddy. But anyhow, good night, guys. Have a good time, and you know, get that rest in.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for
Cheers.
streaming.
Thank you.
Have
for
a nice one, guys.
streaming. Hi guys, if you like the content and you'd like to see some more, drop a like, sub, or follow our Twitch over at twitch.tv/dodgybuddy. Be sure to check out our Discord in the description for the upcoming South African League of Legends tournaments that we'll be casting live, only for you. Until then, see you next time and have a good one.